Hey guys, I can feel it in the comments and I read it on the forums. Many of you are currently a bit unsettled regarding the future of VR. It is obvious that Meta is currently pulling back a bit from active VR gaming and their focus lies elsewhere right now. Naturally, that causes some concern, right? But you know what? This might be exactly the right time for a change of perspective. Because while the standalone market is sorting itself out right now, we know exactly where the true power for high-end experiences lies. In PCVR. The PC is still the home for the most graphically impressive and deepest VR games. And that is exactly what I have put together in this video now. 20 fantastic PCVR titles for you. And this shows that this platform is more alive than ever. By the way, you can always find these and many other top lists updated on my homepage voodoo-vr.com. Definitely check that out. But enough with the intro. Let's jump straight into the 20 PCVR games you need to play. My name is Thomas and you're watching voodoo-vr. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
voodoo.de.
We kick things off with a complete Arizona Sunshine package. The remake has completely overhauled the first game's graphics, bringing it up to a modern standard, while Part 2 introduced new gameplay elements and an emotional component with Buddy the dog. Both titles offer a solid campaign, co-op mode and classic straightforward zombie shooting that really becomes fun on PC thanks to high-resolution textures and stable frame rates. Next up is a title that painfully reminds us of what Meta was actually capable of achieving for PCVR, Asgard's Wrath 1. Unlike the second part, which was optimized for mobile chips, Part 1 is a pure PC monster. Huge environments, extremely detailed armor, and a playtime of over 30 hours. The switch between the god perspective and the hero on the ground remains a brilliant gameplay concept to this day. Let's move to the reference in sim racing, the Assetto Corsa series. The original Assetto Corsa is practically immortal thanks to the modding community and content manager, looking photorealistic with the right shaders. Assetto Corsa Competizione is the top choice for GT3 fans looking for a pure simulation, and with Evo and Rally, the next generation is already here. If you own a steering wheel, you need these games. However, if you are looking for the absolute best VR performance and the most beautiful weather visuals in the racing genre, you'll land on Automobilista 2. The Madness engine conjures an incredibly sharp image in the headset, even during rain and night races, without bringing your PC to its knees. The driving physics have been massively improved over the years, making it one of the best overall packages for VR racers. Boneworks is the title that demonstrated how physical interaction must work in VR. Nothing here is scripted, everything has weight and collision. Even if it isn't a classic storytelling masterpiece, the way you move, climb and fight through the levels was pioneering, and thanks to the mods and the sandbox, it remains a playground for experimenters today. Now it gets serious. DCS World, or Digital Combat Simulator, is less of a game and more of a study level simulation. If you want to fly fighter jets or helicopters with maximum realism, this is your home. The cockpits are one-on-one functional, every switch has a purpose. But a warning, to experience this in full glory and fluidly in VR, you really need a high-end PC. But when it runs, the feeling of floating above the clouds is incredible. From the sky to outer space, Elite Dangerous arguably still offers the best seated experience for space fans. The cockpit feeling is unbeatable, the sound design is brutal. When you fly out of a space station for the first time and see the vastness of the Milky Way before you at a 1:1 scale, then you know exactly why you bought a VR headset. A massive open world RPG completely in VR. Fallout 4 VR lets you explore the entire wasteland. But an important note, the pure vanilla version is okay, but only with mods does this become a masterpiece. With the right texture packs and gameplay fixes, you can sink hundreds of hours here and see things that simply aren't possible on a standalone headset. Currently one of the most popular multiplayer titles out there, Ghosts of Tabor, is basically Escape from Tarkov in VR. It's about looting, surviving and extracting safely. The tension in this game is extremely high, the gunplay is precise and the inventory management is completely physical. If you like thrill and PvP, you can't ignore this one. I probably don't need to say much here, right? Half-Life Alyx remains the absolute benchmark for all VR, PCVR and whatever. Valve showed here how interaction, graphics, physics and story blend perfectly. There is hardly any other game that is so polished and creates such a dense atmosphere. If you use a VR headset on a PC and haven't played Alyx, you haven't really experienced VR. Back to the racetrack. iRacing is less for the casual driver and more for those seeking real competition. The subscription model is pricey, but in return you get the best matchmaking and the cleanest online racing in the world. The VR implementation is exemplary, razor sharp, performant and with an extreme sense of immersion. Another title originally funded by Oculus, Lone Echo offers one of the best movement methods in VR, Zero G. You pull and push yourself through a detailed space station. The interaction with the character Liv is still unmatched regarding facial animations and AI companions. A quiet but extremely immersive science fiction experience. If you want to know what your graphic card is capable of, Flight Simulator 2024. The whole world is rendered here via cloud streaming and photogrammetry. Flying through real cloud layers over your own hometown in VR is an experience that leaves even non-gamers speechless. It is hardware hungry, yes, but visually the most impressive thing you can currently experience. No Man's Sky has received some of the best VR support. You can fly seamlessly from a plane into space, build bases and discover alien worlds. The sense of the universe scale is really amazing in VR. The colors, the alien flora and fauna. This is pure science fiction exploration and is still constantly being supplied with updates. Even though these titles have officially disappeared from stores and you have to rely on keys, the Project Cars series is still a favorite of many VR racers. Especially the dynamic weather system, the seasons and the huge selection of tracks and vehicles make it an extremely well-rounded package that bridges the gap between arcade and simulation. A special case on this list, Star Citizen has recently received official VR support, making it the definitive PCVR game, even though it is still an alpha version and far from finished. However, the attention to detail in the ships and stations is so high that you simply want to see it in VR. It shows where the journey for high-end gaming is heading. I got goosebumps while playing, simply sensational. A childhood dream for many. Sitting in an X-Wing or TIE Fighter, Squadrons is fully playable in VR and offers exactly that. The level of detail in the cockpits is fantastic, and the immersion when managing energy distribution while chasing enemy fighters in space is incredible. Short, punchy, but an audio-visual feast. From space down into the water, Subnautica is beautiful, but also somehow terrifying in VR. The sense of depth and the giant creatures feel much more threatening in virtual reality. While you need a gamepad or possibly a mod for motion controllers, the visual impact of this underwater world is unmatched on PC. Similar to Fallout, the following applies here. Skyrim VR is the canvas that modders paint on. With modern mod lists, this game looks like it was released in 2026. The world is huge, the atmosphere is dense, and thanks to physical interaction mods, you can now even grab enemies and swing weapons realistically. An epic game that belongs in every library. Finally, zombies again, but with a focus on melee physics. Saints and Sinners 1 and 2 introduced a weight system for weapons so you can feel every hit. You have to use actual force to take down a zombie. Combined with the scavenging system and the oppressive atmosphere of New Orleans, this duo belongs to the best survival games VR has to offer. Alright, that was it. 20 titles that, in my opinion, impressively prove that PCVR is still alive. There are incredible experiences out there that are only possible with the computing power of a PC. I hope you found a few new games or other things for your wish list, or discovered old favorites perhaps. If you are still looking for a suitable VR headset, I still recommend the Quest 3. It can do PCVR and is very affordable. The Quest 3S is even cheaper. But there are also significantly better headsets, like for example the Play 4 Dream, Pimax Crystal Super OLED, or the Dream Air, or even the Bigscreen Beyond 2, or maybe even the upcoming Steam Frame. You can find all links and reviews for these in the description and also on my homepage voodoo-vr.com. If this video helped you, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more VR content. Also, feel free to write your favorite PC VR game in the comments. See you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
voodoo.de